Welcome, everyone. My name is Megan Malakvik, and we are so excited that you are here tonight. The reason that you're here on this call is because somebody cared enough about you. They saw you and they said, you know what? I want them to feel their absolute best. I want them to experience the same health and happiness that we have been able to experience. So just know that if you are on this call tonight, you are very loved, you are very cared for. And that's what I love about this community is that we are here for each other. We are gathered from all across the United States. We are here together for a common purpose because we are here to share all about how gut health can help you age backwards. Isn't that amazing? You might be looking at me and be like, well, this girl does not look like she's over 50. And you're correct. I am not over 50, but all of our fabulous ladies here tonight, they are, and they have incredible stories about how these gut health products have helped to age them backwards. You're going to see them. You're going to know, oh my goodness, they are absolutely fabulous. So you're going to hear about the products. You're going to hear about this opportunity. You are going to hear about this community. And so we are just so excited for you guys tonight. And so our very first speaker tonight is going to be, oh my goodness, who's first? I totally blanked on our names. We've got this, guys.
Hello, everybody. Thank you, Megan.
Fantastic, Deborah. Thank you.
Deborah McCutcheon here. See, I was going to get her to pronounce my last name too. We're kinship on that. I am delighted to be here, guys. I am 52 years old, and I am a very, very blessed ambassador with Plexus. I've been doing Plexus for 10 years now. So to be invited on a call like this, actually, this has never happened before. Can you believe that? But I actually joined 10 years ago, drank that very first pink drink. But let me tell you a little bit about why I did that. Because before I started Plexus, I was commuting to an office 45 minutes away each way. So that was a 45-minute drive in the morning. Of course, I would hit that little drive-through on the way in and grab that big, that big gulp supersize drink, that Diet Coke. So I could have that. By the time I got to work, then I'd be hitting the vending machine. So it was no wonder that in all the craziness, no breakfast, no eating, by the time lunchtime came around, I was just, ugh. And then I would go grab something quick because you know how quick we have to be at work, and quick means unhealthy most of the time. So it was no wonder that I would get the 3 o'clock sleepies. That's what I called it. Hit that vending machine for some caffeine, some sugar. Then by the end of that day, I'd be driving home 45 minutes, and all I wanted to do was just sit on the couch. So Plexus came into my life at a time when I was struggling. I was looking for something that was going to get my tush off the couch because, hey, former couch potato here, y'all. That's all I wanted to do. I didn't want to cook when I got home. I didn't want to take care of the kids or the kids' homework. I was exhausted. So think about that day in, day out. And that was my need for looking for something natural to just give me more energy. Of course, everybody, I could use to lose a few pounds. Nobody's going to deny that. But I definitely was looking more for, give me some motivation. So I started on the pink drink. And guys, let me tell you, by the end of the second day, I had a 3-day sample. By the end of the second day, I was like, okay, this is good. Asked my honey to go take a walk in the evening after work. He thought I was nuts, okay? Because that just wasn't me. But I started to have what I call the feel likes. The feel like getting up off the couch, the feel like wanting to do just a little bit more than what I was doing. Because you see, the more I took the products, the better I felt. The better I felt, the more I moved. The more I moved, the more results that I got. And it was that simple. So I had finally found something that was going to give me what I was looking for. Had no idea about gut health, had no idea about all of the amazing things that Plexus offered. So as I learned more about the products, I learned about, yep, I need this, I need this, I need this, all of these things. Guys, I solemnly swear this is my belief. I believe that every single person on the planet needs what we have. Every one of them, at least 1 or 2 of the products we have. Yeah, I see some hallelujahs in here too, right? All right. So as I was going through this journey, guys, here we are 10 years in, it was probably right about 8 years that I was actually able to walk away from that job. Guys, it was just amazing. I had worked there for a total of 14 years. I was that career office person, the one that sits behind the desk all day. And I never even had a moment to even dream that there was anything else because I thought, that's my destiny. I didn't love it. I didn't hate it. That was just what I was meant to do. But Plexus changed all of that for me, able to walk away from that job and to be able to work from home. And that, of course, is a blessing in itself. Now, many, many things happened during those 10 years, some struggles. I had some medical issues. Again, Plexus came through. I then we had some flooding in our town where a lot of the houses were destroyed. That was one of mine. And it was a very rare occurrence. They called it like the 1,000-year flood. We didn't have insurance. We weren't prepared for this. But Plexus came through for me. Who would have thought that me, little old me, was able to be able to rebuild and to be able to help others that had got the same that had the same things that we did. Our whole town flooded. So imagine that, guys. About 70,000 people and their homes flooding in areas that never flooded. So, life happens, and life did happen. Here I am sitting here. If you had told me I'd be sitting here on Zoom talking to ladies and talking about things and even telling people my age, guys, I'm embracing it. I'm loving it. And you know why? Because I'm worried he's going to come run through here any minute. I have two little grandbaby beans. I call them my grandbaby boys. They're 5 weeks apart, 2 years old, and I get to love on them. I don't have to leave a job and miss out on things, and I can be the Mimi that I never even imagined that I could be. So I can tell you this, all of the things that have happened, I bless Plexus every day for the little things it's done for me, for the big things it's done for me. Being able to actually put my grandbaby in Mother's Day out so that I can pick him up and drop him off, and little things like that honestly I could never have done as a mom because of all of the struggles that we had. So I'm delighted to be here, delighted to celebrate with each and every one of you, because I know that there is so much more to Plexus, but that Plexus can fit into your life, whatever your needs may be. Now, I am going to introduce to you the next person that is talking, a sweet friend. Y'all, look how gorgeous she is. Kim, I'm even gonna pronounce it, Kim Bareka. Kim, unmute, give us your story.
I am excited to be here too. And Deborah, I'm a Mimi too. I turned 60 last week, and I'm just as excited as she is to be 52 because I feel better now than when I was in my 30s. God has blessed me with amazing health because of Plexus. Married, my husband is a missions director. I have 3 married children and 7 grandchildren and another one on the way in April. So I am just embracing this season of life because of the health that God has given to me. 5 years ago, I would have never thought that I would be able to tell you that I have health because I was extremely sick. I was just talking to my husband this afternoon. When did my colitis start? I had severe ulcerative colitis. It started in my mid-30s. And I went to gastroenterologists, several different doctors, tried several different medications. My B12 was dropping. I had to get injections for B12. I was anemic, and I got everything that came down the road. I got it. I got sick with all my kids. I would get sick with my grandchildren, really on the struggle bus. So when my daughter came to me and said, "Mom, I started this new supplement," that she was having some health problems as well. "Why don't you just try the multivitamin?" I thought, what do I have to lose? Because the next step for me was infusions. And so I talked to my husband about it. He's like, "Let's go for it." And I love that they were even green, X Factor Plus. I'm like, well, these look healthy. Maybe they'll work. Well, 2 days in, I woke up and was like, I didn't have night sweats for 2 nights in a row. So I'm like, Brittany, what in the world? I'm not having like the menopausal side effects. And she said, "Oh, I forgot to tell you, it takes away those for a lot of women." So I was like, sold. Well, 2 weeks in, I noticed I had more energy. I was just feeling pretty good, still colitis issues that had me up 4 or 5 times a night, terrible cramping, vomiting. I just every day was like, I wonder if I can eat this. I wonder if I can eat that. And she said to me, Mom, there's a system called Triplex. And I've been reading about gut health. And I was like, tell me what gut health is. I'd never heard about it. This is 3 years ago. She explained what she understood about gut health, and I started on Triplex. 3.5 years later, here I am, no turning back. I'm not on any medication for ulcerative colitis. I don't have to have a colonoscopy every year. And I have so much energy to enjoy my grandchildren, to travel with my husband to other countries, to be able to visit missionaries around the world. And I am just loving life. And 2 years ago, when we had the lockdown, Brittany said to me, Mom, you're doing so well with it. Why don't you share it with other people? And you know what? I almost felt guilty because I thought, it's helped me so much. How can I not share it with other people? And so I started sharing. I am loving the business. I love it because it's real. It's all natural. And if you can help your body to be healed from the inside out, and with something that's all natural and not prescription medicine, it's like, how can you keep that to yourself? So every day I'm sharing. I have helped so many friends. Plexus has helped so many friends because I've gotten up the courage to share. And I feel like it's so worth the time that you put into it and being able to share with other people. My husband drinks pink every day. His A1C has gone down. He's lost weight. My grandchildren take the vitamins. I have all of my friends, even my new neighbors here in Pennsylvania, taking it. And just being able to reach out and share my story has been able to help other people. And so what a blessing. And I could go on forever, but I will stop, and I'm going to introduce my new friend, Carrie, as she shares her story.
Hello, everybody. I'm just so humbled and honored to share my story tonight. Kim, I identify with so many of the things that you said, with the things that I was struggling with health-wise too. And I also agree with you. This cannot be the best kept secret out there. And it really does feel selfish to not share and pay forward the freedom that we've been given. And I know we're talking about vanity tonight. We're talking about how gut health impacts us as we age. And it's such a big deal. And it's so important, though, that from the inside out, I mean, our skin is a reflection of our gut health, right? So I'm actually a board certified holistic health practitioner. I am a Christian author, and I do have a faith-based podcast. And I'm married for 30 years, and I have raised 3 amazing men who are these great human beings in the world. And 9 years ago, my husband and I actually got introduced by a text message. Anybody ever receive a text message from a friend telling you about this pink drink? I got a text message from a friend. It was actually a group text to me and my husband from our friend, Helen. And she said that she was experiencing some weight loss with this pink drink. And we cheered her on, and we went on our merry way. And a few months later, though, my husband saw a picture of himself, a family picture that we had taken, and he was like, oh my gosh, I've really put on weight. And so he's like, I think I'm going to call Helen and talk to her about that pink drink. And I'm like, sure, yeah, go ahead. And guess what happened? He lost weight. What was crazy to me was that he made lifestyle changes as a result of how his body was healing. I mean, he used to have a bowl of Captain Crunch every night at like 8 o'clock, and he called it his dessert. And within a very short period of time, he went from his bowl of Captain Crunch to things like apples and oranges and bananas. His knees didn't hurt going up and down the stairs. His cholesterol got better. And despite raising 3 boys and having a high stress job, he was happy, like all the time. And after watching this behavior for 6 weeks, I was like, take my money. I want to be happy too. I had struggled with things like sleepless nights, energy, focus, mood, brain fog, hair loss, anxiety, mystery rashes, food allergies, and weight. I was struggling with that for 10 years. And I was doing a lot of supplements. I was trying to figure out how to fix the root cause in my body. I was spending a lot of money. I was getting high quality, but I felt like what I thought was what a 70-year-old would feel like. And I was circling the drain, literally circling the drain. You guys, healing root imbalance in the body is no joke at all. With those supplements that I was doing before, I actually never noticed a difference. So even when my friend told me about it, I didn't have the belief for what was possible because I was already doing similar type things. I was doing high quality probiotics. I was doing whole food multivitamins. I was doing those things and not seeing a result. So yes, I was skeptical, but I did quickly become a believer because what Plexus offers is different and it's unique. And it's not just one or two products, even though alone, just like Kim shared, by trying the multivitamin, they are great. But in order for us to bring the whole thing full circle, it really is more than just one product. It really is a system of healing the actual root cause, like what a novel concept, right? But that's what I was looking for. I was fighting for that. It did not make sense to me why I was at what would be a prime age of life and feeling like death warmed over. I mean, in our bodies, we fight things like our food supply and how that's changed. We fight our environment and the obvious things that happen when we decline with age, like how we lose our natural occurring collagen in our bodies, and that starts leaving us in our mid-20s. So these are such powerful solutions, and the longer you're on them, the more benefits you're going to experience. And I have to tell you, I have been to the #1 nutrition school in the world, and I was taught by the leaders in this wellness industry, people who are making a difference and a change toward actually pointing in the direction of root cause. And everything that I learned at nutrition school all lined up with what Plexus offers. So here we are 9 years later with a laundry list of health and financial challenges that are behind us because we did not keep it a secret. It really did feel incredibly selfish to not tell everybody out there what was possible. And thanks to the ordering structure that Plexus offers, we've never paid for our product in 9 years. We put 2 kids through college. One of them was in Australia, and let me tell you, that was not cheap. We've wiped clean our credit card debt. We have an actual savings that isn't constantly drained. And one of my favorite things is we're just able to give generously to people who are truly are in need. Our needs are met. And we're just living life on our own terms and just looking who we can bless. We're not subject to losing our jobs due to mandates, or we are in the actual driver's seat of our lives, having the time of our lives. We are aging and we are awesome. Like, who wouldn't want that, right? My goodness, I'm so grateful again for the opportunity to share my story with you. And our next testimony is Cheryl. Cheryl, I've not ever had an opportunity to meet you in person, but you are beautiful, my friend, and I can't wait to hear your story.
Oh, well, thank you so much. I know I was really excited that you were going to be on this because I recognize your name, but have never been with you. So thank you so much. I am loving everyone's story, and I love how it's all a little bit different. I am turning 59 tomorrow is my birthday, and I really couldn't feel better. I look back and I think, wow, like this is crazy that I feel better at this age than I really did in my 30s. And here's the thing. I didn't think I was unhealthy when I started. I actually started to support a friend in her business, but I thought I was a big skeptic. I mean, there's just no doubt about it. And I thought, well, I'm going to take the products because I'm buying them, but you know what? I'm healthy. Even though in the back of my mind, everyone has this, women mostly, but men do too. You have this weight that you say, I'm never going to get over this weight and I was 10 pounds over, but I still was like, I'm healthy. A supplements, I don't need to supplement my body. What's that about? So then I'm a rule follower and I'm very consistent. So consistency is really my story over the past 5.5 years that I have been with Plexus. And I like to believe that it shows in my health and in my finances and all of that. So I took the products, and really, here's the thing. I really didn't see results until about 6 months, 5, 6 months. But here's what I look back and I know. All the inside, I was healing on the inside, and it finally came out on the outside. I started losing some weight. I was paying attention to not having second helpings. Like, it was when I opened my mind to allowing the products to do what they are designed to do, like, my health changed. And really allowed the products to work. I didn't have that chocolate stash drawer, an entire drawer in my kitchen. And I was obsessed with Diet Pepsi, which wrecks your gut health, of course. And so I started, I lost 25 pounds, and I thought, ooh, what else could I change? Because then I started understanding the whole concept of what health really is. So then I didn't have any more seasonal allergies. My cholesterol was down. Megan reminded me, hey, Mom, you haven't had a migraine in 6 months. And I thought, wow, I forgot. When you don't write these things down, you don't even remember that you have them. And then I continued losing weight. And of course, for me also, because I started in my 50s, I was having issues with hot flashes. I was actually taking hormones, and I didn't want to do it. It's like the last medicine. And so I was able to get off of that when I was introduced also to the X Factor Plus, and nothing. I am not on any medication. I feel great. I started using the skin products because, again, Carrie talked about how we have a microbiome on our skin, and it all just shows. And then adding the collagen. And after a couple of years, I thought, you know what, I'm going to take a picture. And then that picture went viral on Facebook because I couldn't believe. I thought, I'm never showing that picture. And that before picture, I was like, it's never going out there. But then I was like, dang, because it really showed healthy. That's what I saw. So, you know what I mean? And I just absolutely am happy, enjoying life. Plexus was the community that I didn't really realize I was missing because I moved out to Tennessee 10 years ago. And so I needed a new community. And so Plexus really ended up being that community. I didn't even know that I needed it. And so I just love that Plexus is really part of our healthy living tool belt. That's really how it works. But it allows us to be healthy, because then I started exercising. I found my jam with water aerobics, and then it just continues. It never stops. 5.5 years, I still have changed things. I started weightlifting. I mean, who knew that was going to happen as you enter your 60s, right? But really, I also found that as I changed, people noticed, and then I started working the business. I wasn't looking for a business. I'm a CPA. I had my own business for 30 years. But I just want to say, if that's something you want to do, just have your mind be open to that. You just never know, what might happen. And I love it. And it's fun. And we have a great community, and we get to work on our terms. There's none of that 45-minute commuting, that Deborah talked about and all that. So I was in my house, but I'm telling you, there's just so much more freedom. You've got your own options. And, I love also that, there are two things that I think about is that healthy has no age boundaries. It's for everyone. Everyone. You don't have to settle for feeling bad as you get older, right? And then the other thing that I ask people, or that I think about, is like, are you making a living or are you making a life? I feel like we're all creating a life, and that's what I love. And we can be healthy. And I've got grandkids, and now they live next door to me because that was part of our big dream. So I just want to encourage you, no matter what your age, you can be healthy, you can live your best life, and you can dream big. So I'm going to hand it over to Deb Lawson, and she started for weight loss and supplemental income, and she got so much more. Deb, I'm super excited to hear from you.
Oh my goodness, y'all are amazing. And doggone it, I have never been one to tell my age. I did tonight, and I'm going to tell you, it is 63. It's February the 1st, and I expect a birthday card from every one of you. All right. I never, like I said, I never thought I would be telling my age, but there it goes. So in the chat, I want you to type this. Does anyone know the number one reason people can't sleep at night? Put it in the chat. I want to hear I want to see what you're thinking. Statistics show that more people can't sleep worried about not their health or needing to lose weight. They're worried about money. Anyone get money? Well, that's it. And I don't know about you, but I'm not a statistic, but it got me pegged. That was me. I was tossing, I was turning, I was silently shedding tears at night, trying to figure out what we were going to do. My name is Deborah Lawson, and my husband is a pastor, and we had chosen for me to stay at home and to do ministry work with him. I saw a little makeup on the side. Everything seemed to be going well. Bills were met. Food was on the table until one summer, and my husband got sick. In fact, it progressively got worse and worse. He was admitted to the hospital. His blood sugar had been 650 all summer long. He stayed there for 4 days, 3 nights, and we received a big wake-up call. When Jerry came home, he came home with a big bag of stuff and 4 insulin shots a day. Well, I came home with something too. I came home with fear. I started waking up at night, silently crying over what ifs. Jerry and I had spent the last 30 years in ministry, and before Jerry's diagnosis of being a diabetic, I had never worried too much about retirement. But in a blink of an eye, everything changed. We lived in a beautiful home, but what if Jerry can't pastor anymore? The home we live in belongs to the church. We would have had no place to live because, you see, I wasn't working. Now, no, you're sitting there and you're thinking, well, that's an easy fix. Deborah, just go get a job. Yeah, I get you. And I hear you. And yes, that's fine. And I was planning on doing that. But I had 2 F words against me. Anyone know what they are? I was fat and 50. And can y'all see that? It's hard. Okay, there you go. Do y'all see? Yeah, that's me. There might have been a little smile there, but it wasn't a smile on the inside, I can assure you. So here I am, fat and 50, and no one's going to hire that combination. You've got to agree that no one's going to hire that. I happened to be at a meeting, and a friend just shared Plexus, and she goes, "Hey, I've lost 5 pounds." And I'm like, 5 pounds? Now, you understand that this lady needed to lose 100 pounds. But yes, I was interested in even 5 pounds. She showed me this little pack, and she goes, you just put this in a bottle of water, you shake it up and you drink it, and it helps you lose weight. And I'm like, get out of here. There ain't no way that would work. I mean, heck. But I had sugar written across my face, and I thought, well, gosh, I've tried a whole bunch of crazy things before. Anyone ever tried the cabbage soup diet? Oh, let me just tell you, I got really excited about the cabbage soup diet because it was absolutely all you could eat, right? But let me just tell you, one bowl, I had all I could eat, okay? That was it. Anyone ever tried the grapefruit diet? Oh, yeah, tried that. Anyone, what about diet pills? And I'm talking about the diet pills over the counter, and I'm talking about the diet pills at the doctor's office, the one they get in trouble if they give you more than 3 months at a time. I had tried it all. Oh, Slim Fast. Anyone ever try Slim Fast? Oh my gosh, come on, let me see those hands. I love that stuff. And you put 2 scoops of chocolate ice cream in it, and it's even better. It is absolutely awesome. Yeah, I tried every kind of diet out there. So I come home and I share Plexus with Jerry. I just shared the information, and he kind of started reading. And he says, you know what? I want to do it with you. You see, he saw the tiny little print that said may help with blood sugar. And that really got his interest, because you see, he'd been taking supplements of cinnamon capsules because he had heard that it would help. And he'd been sharing all over town about how that helped. And so he had all the truckers on it, everything. But we got the product in. We had 4 bags of Slim, and we started drinking it. Every day we'd look at each other. Can you tell a difference? No. Can you tell a difference? No. And we just laugh, but we're going to drink that because we got 4 bags and we were determined we were going to drink it. We weren't going to waste our money. But y'all, let me just tell you, something happened. We started seeing things. Inches started coming off, not the scale so much because I was getting on the scale every day, but inches where I was wearing a fitted top. All of a sudden I could do this. He noticed that his blood sugar, because he was keeping really close count on that. The doctor had him to, and he noticed that his numbers were going down. Shocked? We were too. We were shocked that we would even get results. We truly thought we were a bunch of suckers, but losing inches, scale coming down, Jerry's numbers coming down, and something else was happening. Because all of that was happening, people could tell in the way we walked, the way we talked, the way we looked, that we were feeling better. And so they kind of started asking me, and understand, I had sworn Jerry to secrecy to not tell anyone I was on a diet. Because you remember, I've tried every kind of diet. And yeah, I could lose weight, but the weight would always come back. I didn't want someone looking at me and saying, how long was this one going to last? So we hadn't told anyone about it, but they started seeing things and they said, okay, what are you doing? And it's like my other friend said, you know, whenever something good is happening to you and you see your friends struggling, why are you not going to share it with them? And I didn't realize that there was a income kind of thing going on, but I started sharing with them, started telling them, they started getting results. Their friends started asking, they started getting results. And it just kind of snowballed. Now, the 9-to-5 job that I told you I was going after because I needed to get a job. Well, y'all, that didn't happen. Plexus took the place of that, and then some. My job is Plexus, if you can call it a job. Anyone in here think it's a job? I get to work anywhere at any time. If Jerry goes somewhere and he says, hey, you want to come? I don't have to clock out. I just get to go. If the Grands have a school program, I just go. And I mentioned that I went to bed worried about a home for us. Plexus. We have 35 acres that we've paid for. We've built a lodge on it and a pond. But even more so than that, y'all, I have my very own home. It's the first home I've ever had. So it's God and Plexus. I have that home that I've longed for. I love sharing it with other people. I love having them over. I love having entertainment. Y'all, of course, my husband's pastor, our pond, we use it for baptisms. There's nothing that makes my heart even happier to know that this place is used to glorify God. I am sharing my story with you in hopes that if today you are struggling with health, weight, or finances, maybe you need $200 extra a month or $500. You can be encouraged to take that step. Oh, heck, don't take a step. I mean, leap, jump, run, just dive in. We're going to be here to catch you. Now, I'm going to leave you with this. There is rarely a perfect time to get started. Improvement happens by doing, not by thinking about doing. Getting started changes everything. I challenge you to decide today that this is my day. I'm going to make a difference. Today is your day. It is my privilege to get to introduce my friend, Megan. And let me just tell you, God had a special plan because, see, God knew that she needed a warning sign. And so he gave her that beautiful auburn hair.
You guys, was that not absolutely amazing? Everyone has a little bit of a different version of their story. Maybe you jumped on here tonight and you were a little bit skeptical, but after leaving this call, you're hopeful. You are hopeful for change. You are hopeful for options. You are hopeful for flexibility. You are hopeful to live life on your terms, that age does not have to define you, that your job does not have to define you, that your finances don't have to define you, that a diagnosis does not have to define you. And I hope that tonight you were able to see a little bit of yourself in someone's story. I'm sure there was something that somebody shared tonight that it got you right in your heart, that you heard it and you said, I want that. I can relate to that other version of them, and I want this new version of them. You want that for yourself. You want to experience that change, and when they shared about just being happier, feeling more free, feeling more lighthearted, because what we have come to learn in Plexus is that when you have a healthier gut, you have a happier you. And so I hope tonight that you will do exactly just like Deborah said, that you are going to take action, get back with the person who invited you onto this call tonight, and you let them know that you are ready for change, that you are ready to say yes to health and happiness, that you are ready to say yes to the very best version of yourself that is just there waiting for you if you are willing to take the leap. And so thank you so much for taking time out of your night to spend with us, to listen to these stories, but we don't want it to just stop there. You need to take action. You need to say yes. Get all of your questions answered. Don't go to bed tonight before messaging the person who invited you to this. Ask all your questions. They're here to help guide you, lead you every single step of the way. So thank you so much for joining us tonight, and we hope that you have an amazing evening. Thank you.